Aging gracefully, a privileged option. Next, nature gives you the face you have at 20s and, 30s, but it's up to you to merit the face you have at 50s and 60s. Next, and growing up means being honest about what you want, what you need, what you feel, and who are you. Do not ever regret growing older, since it's a privilege denied to many. So the trick is growing up without growing old. As I approached middle age, next, I realized that the oocytes in my ovaries are decreasing day by day. And whatever little bit I am left with, they have become, so resistant, so obstinate that they do not listen to the commands from headquarters, that is from the hypothalamus and from gonadotropins. So the result was less and less or no release of my favorite hormone, that is estrogen. So slowly and slowly, I was stepping into a new phase of my life, that is from reproduction, going into perimenopause and into menopause. And I knew that this journey of mine, more or less, would simulate the journey of my mother and grandmother, since it has a strong genetic element in it. So some effect would come on my appearance. I knew that. Some on my systems, because this dear hormone of mine, estrogen, which I was losing, it has been there in all parts of my body, right from tip to toe, sitting on alpha and beta receptors. So this all changes were expected. Increase FSH to the tune of 10 to 20 folds, increase SHS, decreased estradiol, adrenals, and inhibin B. I was expecting all these symptoms, all hot flushes, blushes of menopause, and vasomotor symptoms like, crankiness, irritability, mood changes, forgetfulness, and so on. I was also expecting that females, they lose nearly 30% of the collagen in first 5 years of the menopause. So, and we all know that the collagen is so important for bone and skin health. So the result was sagging, wrinkles, and loss of feminine curves. Then it might, end up with urogenital problems, alopecia, brittle nails, and osteoporosis. Something which is very distressing. We all know the females who come to us in this age group, they all, tend to put on weight. They might, they have increased BMI, increased waist circumference. And if you have comorbid conditions along with it, metabolic syndrome is going to come. That's why the importance of waist circumference, because this umbilical fat, it gives us the prediction of, the visceral fat, whatever we have in our organs. The cardiovascular effect is also there, because we are all going to lose the good cholesterol, decrease HDL and prostacyclin, and the bad cholesterol, they keep on rising, like total cholesterol, LDL and VLDL. So hence the overall risk of cardiovascular disease also increases in this age group. There was a great fear of decreasing libido and attention by the spouse, fear of cancer and Alzheimer's. So, I was so sad and I was so depressed for days together and thought how to cope up with this, phase of my life. I read somewhere this quote by elder that when you are joyful, when you say yes to life and project positivity all around you, you become a sun in the center of every constellation and people want to be near you. And let me change my lifestyle. Let me modify my lifestyle. But this is, I want to address all the youngsters from this platform that why do we always talk of change our lifestyle or modify lifestyle at perimenopause and menopause? Why should not it be a part of, right from the beginning, good lifestyle? And this all includes your diet, sleep, exercise, yoga, meditation, hobbies, and medication as and when required. I knew that if I eat whatever I used to eat earlier, definitely I'm going to put on weight. And I am sure all would agree with me that yes, we tend to put on weight in this age group. We have to zip our lips for certain things. Next, and what are those things where we need to cut down? Tea, coffee, soft and hot drinks if someone is taking, smoking, saturated fats, fried food, and refined carbohydrates. What are the journal tips on nutrition? We all know that the metabolic needs, they tend to change. They would decrease the caloric requirement, and hence, no doubt, the maximum, it should come from the carbohydrates up to 50 to 60%, 50 to 20% from the fat, and 20% from the proteins. But our carbohydrate should be the complex carbohydrate. It should form the main this thing requirement. And we all know what are the complex carbohydrates: oatmeals, brown rice, sweet potatoes, and 100% whole wheat bread, and so on. So micronutrients, and this is my personal, experience. And when you start taking these micronutrients right from your middle age, believe me, your menopause would be very smooth, like vitamin E, C, lycopene, selenium, and so on. Few studies, they have shown that the supplementation of certain vitamins and minerals, they give good health benefits in elderly people. Like folic acid is linked with the primary prevention of CHD and colorectal cancer. Vitamin C reduces the CHD and stroke. Vitamin E has been seen to decrease the risk of myocardial infarction and hot flushes. And vitamin A is linked with healthy skin and mucous membrane. No doubt we need to have larger studies to document all these factors. This calcium and vitamin D, we all know that what is the requirement in perimenopausal, middle age, and pregnancy, even adolescence. So we should take sufficient amount of calcium as supplement in addition to whatever we are taking in our diet. Vitamin D to this extent, because all this is going to prevent the osteoporosis and the fractures. Also, it lowers the risk of colorectal cancer and hypertension. I just want to say that we all know that the sleep is essential for good health, and we need good sleep to survive, just like food, water, and air, because our body repairs cells, restores energy, and releases hormones and proteins during sleep. But the circadian rhythm of sleep is very, very important. Studies have shown that all those who work during night hours and sleep in the morning, this is for all the youngsters, it adversely affects your immune system, brain function, and longevity. So believe me, this saying is, not like this only. This has a great meaning. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy. Wealthy, I don't know, but wise, definitely it does. So go to bed early and get up early. Exercise. It should be made an integral part for maintaining, good health and good lifestyle. Beginners can start 15 minutes per day, and they can extend up to 30 minutes per day. But it should be done on maximum days of the week. The best one is the aerobic exercise. That means the brisk walking, but you can also do resistance, weight bearing, balance training, flexibility, and endurance, but it has to be done under the instruction of some instructor. Kind of exercises which should be done during this period of time, because next please, doing exercise gives us a lot of benefits. It regulates our body weight, decreases hot flushes, increases, it does mood elevation. It helps in bowel movements, induces good sleep, decreases the chances of sarcopenia. Pelvic floor exercises would definitely help in genitourinary system. It also improves the cardiovascular status, and of course increases BMD and decreases osteoporosis. Yoga and meditation and prayers. It all, believe me, gives us positive energy, increases the confidence, and takes away all the negative thoughts. Now, this one is least discussed, and I think Dr. Alka has also discussed it, that sexuality with declining hormones, we, always know that it increases sexual dysfunction, reduces libido, and causes dyspareunia. Next, But it is not always the same. There has been one study done by us only, because it has been seen that all depends upon what is the interpersonal relationship between husband and wife before menopause. What are your family liabilities, professional liabilities, family problems, what diseases a couple has, and what medication he or she is on. Don't always enjoy, because it has been seen that many females, they enjoy more sex after menopause, because no periods, no pregnancy, no contraception. Don't always blame ovaries for this problem. So either use it, or else you will lose it. You will have more of the strictures and the vaginal thinning and vaginal narrowing, because regular chitus helps in lubrication, increase vascularization, it decreases pH and decreases vaginal and urinary infections. This one I just want to convey, that don't ever regret of those things which you cannot rectify in the past, because whatever you have done in that period, you have done to your maximum capacity and ability. So you cannot rectify those things, because somewhere I read in Sunday Times that today's moms, they want to be real rather than perfect. And this, saying by CEO Pepsi Indra Nooyi, she says working women cannot have it all. So don't try to be perfect, just be cool and chill, and don't regret about and feel guilt about all those things which cannot rectify, and pursue your hobbies. And these ones are mine: music, gardening, teaching undergraduates and postgraduates. That's the best when I am doing it. And this is, I think, I'm sure, spending time with family, friends, students, and colleagues, and watching the reality show. This one is a very funny show. We all know has no sense in it, but it gives you a lot of laughter. Endorphins are released. Just watch it and just go off to sleep, because all these things, they add, quality to your ears, quality to your life. And this is my gardener. Next. Very fond of gardening. Next, please. These are all my students celebrating, all birthdays and Teachers' Day and all those things. So, dear friends, the mantra to grow up gracefully is to have clean habits right from the beginning, good lifestyle to live quality of life. One should be aware of all the medical disorders and never say no to pharmacotherapy when it is needed. And I am sure if you adopt all these things, you would also like to sing that song